Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. Last time we ended up fighting Mohg, the boss, at the end of the dungeon here, the underground roadside, the Subterranean Shunning-Grounds, at the Cathedral of the Forsaken. And then we kind of ran out of time effectively then, but also we ended up in a position where we couldn't really make it to the other part of this area, to the second dungeon. So, we're trying to make our way there now. Getting to that part of the dungeon, it's not difficult per se. The big thing is we have to... Well, we can drop down there, and I think make our way over... We gotta clear out these under areas, which is fine. You know, this is all stuff that needs to be done anyways. Come on, slip off. Or don't. Should have just charged it. But we have a lot of these guys we need to pick off before we make our move, because otherwise they will drop down and get us. Okay, that, for the most part, is the ones we need to be concerned about. From this point on, we can just try to pick off whoever we want, at whatever angle we want. Which, I mean, this all helps in the end. Because less enemies bothering us, the better off this whole run becomes. Didn't really feel like dropping down here, but you know what? We're here now. And this is why, as a caster, you try to build a little bit of a battle mage and you make sure you have a shield. I cannot stress how much I love this shield. I used to never really use like this shield in... I'm trying to think, because this has been in like a lot of the Souls games. I know it was in Demon Souls, because it's the Adjudicator, or the Adjudicator shield. Of course, back then, it wasn't as important, because you just had the moon grass, so you could always just heal off that. But this game, same as DS2, you know, you had life gems, so you could just circumvent a lot of the issues when it comes to healing. Come on, buddy. Alright, let's try to make this jump. Okay, we got it easy. I'm always a little paranoid with jumps. One wrong move and you're going into free fall. Where does this go up to? Oh, okay, yeah. So you can just go this way normally. I guess my way is a little bit better, but of course my way requires you to have opened it, so you have to go a different direction. Otherwise, you have to fight through this way. I see a tricky man trying to hide over there. Is there anyone else? Just this one man. This is a very risky and kind of stupid way of playing this fight, but it worked, so I can't complain too much. Like I said before, your main move should just be staggering omens. Anything else, you're just kind of wasting time. Unless you could use like Shadow Bait or something, if you could try to... That guy's dual-wielding giant crushers. But if you can find a way to nuke them down, but I'm not really sure what works. Probably stuff like that where it's just dual-wielding something really heavy. 'Cause, I mean, dual giant crushers, one jump attack should easily break poise. Yep, there's the crawdads. Now it's just a matter of getting down there safely. Because we can drop down to there, but I don't know if it's 100% safe or not. I would definitely not consider that 100% safe, but it is safer. Okay, so we got 2 crawdads we gotta deal with. Big thing here is if we can get them with the stink. Yep. Got one with the stink. So that's a victory. And apparently he forgot how to exist, so while he's standing there contemplating his life, we can just kind of chill. I'll just keep my shield up and heal. I'm just gonna sneak over this way then. If you are content to hang out there. Try to get them both with that one. Because this guy's gonna die in due time. This one's a little more alive, but well within reason. Of course, these guys are another enemy that I'm not fighting them fair. I could probably, if I had the right weapons, just poise break them. But I don't. I mean, that was a good amount of damage off one lightning spear, but it's not like I can really get him to hold still for very long. Admittedly, it's because his pathing's trying to get him to me, but what matters is he's dead. Yeah, as you can see, right now, Somber 7 is currently the best thing we've found. Smithing 7, not bad, I need those. And this is another area where I've had to go down here with people, and it goes about as well as you'd expect. A lot of times people die, people don't hide in these tubes very often, when they really should. A lot of people get shot with the lobster, like, spray. Up, Mohg shackle. Actually useful, because we can still use it in the next fight against Mohg. But if we had the ability at the time, we could have used it before. And this is what we wanted to find. Because now, we can actually go into our next dungeon. I also forget where some of this goes, so don't mind me. Okay, I don't see a spirit snail anywhere. There's a spirit snail. And now he's dead. And that is this entire dungeon. Just a series of spirit collar snails. Which is both annoying and actually really cool. I think it's an interesting boss. Or, I guess it's not really a boss, just an enemy. Oh. So I guess if you want to get in here a different way, if you want to get in here a different way, and if you want to get to the bottom of this area without having to do the drop down, you can just run through here. So it makes sense. Kinda goofy. Like, one thing I do like is when games make their dungeons believable. Which sounds like a really stupid thing, but I mean in the sense of, like, practicality. You know, why isn't there a lever on the other side to open it up if this is one giant catacomb? You know, do you have a guy down here at all times? You know, a caretaker looking after bodies? Oh no, the zombies and all their gamer gunk. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with that. Okay, consider yourselves warned. This shield does not protect against grab attacks. Okay, I'm still medium load. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to be over-encumbered trying to make my way through here. Oh yeah, and this is a dungeon where it's going to feel like you've seen the same thing twice. That was a big theme, I think, for this game, is making dungeons that feel like the same dungeon over again. It's a cool idea, just... I have mixed feelings on it. On one hand, I get it. On the other hand, it's really annoying. Like, you clear part of a dungeon, and then you're looking at it and you're like, have I been here before? Ah, he juked me. Okay, so this whole area is clear. Now we can ride the whatchamacallit. The flame pillar. Ride that up, go to the next part, because I think that leads to the next segment. Or it just leads to another guy. I like that the AI still dodges even if the spell doesn't target them. That's a neat little thing to prevent people from just doing what I do and blind throwing. Crucible Scale Talisman, that's... Oh yeah. Reduced critical hit damage. Which, I don't know. I feel like that's kinda useless. Like, I can see value in it. Don't get me wrong. I just also feel like it's kinda pointless. How... Oh, now I remember how I have to go through here. Yeah, this is screwy. Okay. If this is correct, which I believe it is, we gotta go this way, hang the right, go up, keep going up, and down into here. Because if I'm right, this is a different room. Yeah. Credit where credit is due, they were really creative in some of the room layouts. Ah, come on, I dodged that. Now I have to burn a heal. Alright, we'll go lightning because they're in water. Not the most efficient, but it worked. Yeah, I do think this is a cool dungeon because they play it off very much like you had already cleared this area. The only way you'd be able to tell is obviously something like this where it's clearly an item you haven't grabbed, or if you just like skipped parts of it. Because yeah, you see, door is open, you're like, oh sweet, the door is already open, but you never pulled a lever and you never got the alert. So that isn't actually the boss. What it is a cleverly set up trap. And I mean, damn clever. Another warped axe, so if I want to, I can dual wield them. I won't, because they're strength build, and I am not built for strength. And I mean, I could build kind of strength or retool the weapons, but, you know, at a certain point, you're kind of building them wrong. Hey, and a Gnomon Cleaver. But that is something I think people need to kind of understand too, is like, the system isn't perfect. You can't just make any weapon into whatever you want. You know, there are limits. And as a result, you're still subjected to the whims of the game. You know, you can't be like, oh, I'm just gonna make a arcane... Well, I mean, you can make an arcane anything, realistically, because you're just doing bleed build-up, but like a dex build on a weapon that's, you know, entirely strength. You can do it, but you are better off using a more dex-oriented weapon to get a better payout. Intelligence and Faith, and Arcane, are kind of anomalous in that sense, because they're not a flat thing, they're more of an addition to a weapon than being kind of a supplanting effect. mean, I've sat there and run. My weirdest weapon was it wasn't that weird. It was a Clayman spear, so it already had intelligence, and then I put faith on it. Look at this guy, mourning his friend. Yeah, this is a fight where we're gonna have to definitely hit a rest before we go into the boss. Just the sheer volume of flasks used. I mean, I could definitely kind of circumvent some of my flask use if I go get like the Bestial Vitality spell, because then I can heal. But it's not an instant heal, so I'm a little more hesitant to grab it. Yeah, and then I think we can drop down there to finish the dungeon, but we haven't hit the lever. So we gotta go down to the tube, the fire pillar, and ride that up. Because then that should lead to the lever. No penalty to having your shield up while you're moving. I mean, there's a penalty to stamina regen, but that's about it. But that is a very minor penalty in the grand scheme of things. Now, I'm going to double back, because you could drop down into another area. Actually, what I'm going to do here... always play it smart. Yellow. Now, no matter where I go, I should be able to see that yellow rock and know which floor is which. And when we go up to the next one and I toss another rock down, if it's a yellow one, I'm just going to toss two. Like I've said before, I wish you could have picked the color, because it would be nice to properly denote what is where. Because, yeah, this is either 2 or 3... It might be 3 levels to it. Okay. Nether rock. Red. And this might just be the one leading back. Oh, nope, this is a new area. I was kind of hoping to just get a stab so I could chain hits and maybe not get grabbed, but whatever. So that was the plan, was to just hit 2 for 1. And exploding zombies? No. Hello up there. I swear, if Faith Casting didn't have Rotten Breath, I don't know how I would play a Faith Caster. I feel like at that point your only option would be to do, like, honestly, just Intelligence Faith. Yeah, I'm gonna drop back down because I want to make sure I clear this entire area. Because yeah, nothing here. Go up. Glovewort there. Glovewort to the left. Omen, that was from up ahead. Okay, yeah, that's everything here. Now we just have to make our way back. Actually, oh my god, I see, this is what happens is I get in my own head about these things, so I'm gonna ride this up and see if this is the way we go. Because then this leads around. And then the drop down. Into yellow. Okay, yeah. Yep, and there's the boss room. Starts to get to you a little bit, huh? Oh yeah, this guy. The dude who's just a normal dude. Yeah, he just gets stomped. Yep. Actually, I think he's one of the few people actually vulnerable to madness. So let's hit him with a bit of that. You also notice he was using Reduvia. Yep, Lord of Blood's Exaltation, that's a good find. That... See, there's a use for it, because I could always swap this out, and Blood Loss in Vicinity increases attack power, so anybody getting Blood Loss, I instantly get a power boost. So it's useful. Return to entrance. I mean, we're effectively done here. So we'll head back to the cathedral because there's Melina can talk, and then we're gonna make our way out of the city.
If you intend to claim the frenzied flame, I ask that you cease. It is not to be meddled with. It is chaos, devouring life and thought unending. However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue. There is beauty in that. Is there not? If you would become Lord, do not deny this notion. Please, leave the frenzied flame alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Let my hand
join the frenzied flame, because that's what I want to do here.
ambitions.
Yeah, we're gonna keep ping-ponging between the two. I just remembered I haven't found what's his nuts yet. Dung Eater. I'll do that another time. It's more running through the sewers. I don't feel like subjecting myself to that right now. I want to check something quick. I do have a spell slot. What do I want to use here? See? Nah, Blood Flame just sucks. I can't even try to justify it to myself. Nah, we're just not going to use anything right now. Stuff like Flame Grant Me Strength is good. It's just subjective. And the buffs don't last very long. And the FP cost is high. So it's a lot of give and take. Stuff like that I always find very difficult to justify. Gonna have to run by these guys, which is fine. I don't really care to fight them right now, at least. Yeah, I knew I was gonna eat that hit. Now we can start making our way out of the city and into the next area. Unless I'm stupid and I go the wrong way. 'Cause I think we have to ride the elevator? Yeah. Into the spooky snowy lands. This area is actually kind of rough. Because, as you can tell, there's not... You can't see very far. And there's enemies here. I love how there's a summoning pool. I've never been summoned here. I could ride my horse, but I think I'm better off, honestly, just going in on foot and clearing these areas out. Luckily, there's not much to find here, so you're not, like, wandering around, creeping over every nook and cranny trying to find loot. I'm glad I got it to here, though, because that Knight's Cavalry is right there, and this is how you cheese this fight. Man, this is better than the last time. Last time you kept hopping over this toppled pillar just repeatedly. But this, I mean, there you go. Because I remember I was sitting here throwing rocks at him the whole time and never used Phantom Slash. Heard good things though. You gotta watch that little jump. And I want to conserve as much of everything as possible because we have another boss ahead. Because this zone couldn't just hit you with one. Ah, there he is. Oh, he's just a health flask scarab. Still useful, just not as useful. Yeah, there we go. That's another health flask one. Okay. Guess they really thought people would need a ton of help here. But, I mean, some people do, so they're not entirely wrong. Another guy ahead. Is there a guy around here? No, but an FP scarab. I should have drank it before, but I don't care. And this is cool, a giant head. I've heard so many theories as to what these giant skulls are. Honestly, I think it's just like a fire giant with scarlet rot, because it seems to be scarlet rot causes almost like a targeted gigantism. Because you'll notice, like, the Tyranno dogs. how just their head is, I mean, their whole body's big, but like their head is disproportionately big. I'm like, okay, what's already big in this game? Giants. What would get bigger? Head. What do the giants have? A head. But, you know, since it's a FromSoft game, we never get an explanation as to what they are. They're just part of the world. Kind of like how you see giant skeletons in, like, Warhammer 40k, or, well, more Warhammer Fantasy. Fantasy especially, you'll just be like, here's a mountain range, and here's 3 giant skulls carved into the mountain. It's like, one, sometimes they don't look to be carved, they look like just giant skeletons. And it's just like, yeah, that's just the world. Moving on. I know Borderlands, it's a common thing. Oh, there's the other enemy. Yep, there he is. Ah, you're a hoe. Alright, let's move a little closer, see if we can land ourselves a few cheapo hits. Or if he's just gonna keep backing off. Okay, let's get behind some cover. Let's get behind some other cover. You can't summon for this fight, so it's all your own skill. Which is fine. Oh, you can summon. Oh, well, this isn't about my skill. Screw it, then. This is about the skill of my summon. Have fun, loser. Now you have to fight 2 of us. And one of us has no qualms about dying. Hey, gargoyles, black weapons, so... Where are they? So the black axe, you just can't swap out the war cry, but it's already got faith scaling. It's an axe. And then the twin blade also can't be swapped out, but I want to say... Oh, it's not even like the special black flame effect. That kind of sucks. That's part of the whole fun of those. Why would I want an unmodifiable version? I mean, usually when it's an unmodified version, or unmodifiable version of, like, Warcry, it's an improved version. But I do think they need to really denote that. Because otherwise, to your average user, it's just a worse version of an existing weapon. I probably could have cheesed this fight by just hanging out over here. I find it funny how they have, like, the lift of rolled, because you can't get through here without... I think you have to beat Morgott. It might just be that you have to beat Godfrey's Grace, but I'm not entirely sure. The boss fights are so close, I've never actually stopped between them to go check. My train of thought has always been, oh, well, they're more or less back-to-back fights. I might as well just go through with it. I love how I look over there, first thing I see is a blood stain. People never change. Yep, now we're in the Mountaintops of the Giants. See the walking mausoleum out there? It's gonna suck facing him. But that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.